kind of anticipated G2 Blacklist to really group S5 and go for team fights after team fights, which Renekton really brings a lot more impact on. Now Jax is going to be banned away here by KBG. It does look like that they are, I would still say, respectful of the potential of this Camille going elsewhere. This is the power of the flex pick in the Camille. Can still go to KD, can still go to Aaron. It really will depend. Actually, not on Aaron, because now Zoe has been picked up, and we all know Aaron loves to play his Zoe. Unrun 9's champion is now going to get targeted for sure. Gwen is one of them. And what do you think will be the last ban here by G2B?
It can be another ADC here to be taken away against Andra 9, but primarily seeing the Gwen is actually so refreshing for me because that oftentimes becomes the pocket pick of Andra 9, and it serves its due purpose every single time. Zeri finally gets taken away by G2 Blacklist, so maybe it's just gonna be the jungler here because Shen being available is 100% gonna be picked up for the Dawn.
Yeah, the Dawn is really enjoying Shen. From the point that it was pickable in the jungle, I've really seen a lot of games that the Dawn has played on the champion, but they will be respecting the banning or the picking here by G2 Blacklist, and we'll try to pivot away from that and go for the Vladimir instead. Here, Giang, which, okay, this is good for G2 Blacklist. They're still trying to make things a lot easier than it should be, right? Like no extra shenanigans, no trying to, no over experimentation on their part. KD will be going for one of his pocket picks in the Nautilus, and there you go, a very upfront pick composition from G2 Blacklist. They have the Nautilus, and they do have long range pokes as well from the Varus and from the Zoe. This is the same set of 5 champions that we've seen be in, a very successful raid for G2 Blacklist, but for KBG,
it's standard. It's standard team fighting, standard frontline prowess, massive crowd control, massive pick potential, regardless, especially with a Vi pick instead of the Shen. What the Shen would have been able to provide is, of course, taunt, damage negation, the shield as well, and global pressure. But if KBG wants to bank in on early game, especially at minute 1, then Vi is going to be the better option here for the Dawn.
Definitely a better answer overall, Kiang, because we have to remember Kha'Zix is one of the best early game jungler in the game. And one way to answer the Kha'Zix is that instant lockdown, present on the Vi, which the Tone have had very big success on. Let me guess, the Tone on the champion is close to 80%, 90% win rate, because every time I cast this player on that champion, it almost always results into a win.
Yeah, I mean, KBG is so good. Especially the Dawn, whenever he's on an engager champion, helping out Andra 9 on team fights, he just becomes nearly unstoppable. And especially on the Vladimir this time, even if we see a Zoe on Aaron, we can never discount Andra 9. Zoe has been a massive, effective matchup against Vladimir, oftentimes, especially because of the burst. TP Trouble Bubble can deny the Vladimir's bursting capability as well for team fights. With the Vi, with the Ornn, with so much frontline, that can be stopped as well.
Exactly, right? Like, oftentimes we see a Zoe being picked against a Vladimir to try to mitigate all those damage, because if you can actually chunk away the health bars of Vladimir, he won't be able to show himself up in the team fight. You look at the first, or the initiation here by KBG. They went for a sneaky invade on towards the jungle of G2 Blacklist, and this is also one of the weaknesses that we've seen G2 Blacklist had when facing against the better teams. Oftentimes their early game, especially with protecting their jungle camps, has been not so good.
Yeah, and it's gonna affect the scaling, or at least the attempt of KD to reach level 5. And that can be exploited later on by the Dawn and
solo kill.
Top lane, but mid lane, first blood by Anran, 1v1. Man,
we need a replay, see how that happened, because it's not every day that you see a Vladimir popping off. That was Anra 9 just maximizing the Sanguine pool. And I wonder what happened. Aaron, did he not have any flash? He did have flash, but opted not to use it. It was immediately punished by the mid laner from KBG.
And great patience as well by Andra9. You mentioned it, while the blood pool was timed perfectly to dodge the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and by that time, we knew Aaron was dead for sure.
Yeah, because you still need to respect the damage over time that the Sanguine Pool does provide. Although it's small, it still was enough for it to get the lethal damage in. Combined with the Ignite, I really think that Aaron dropped the ball there by not flashing away, right? Like, he had to flash away, he had to find a way to secure those plants. I can't remember if the plants was available, the honey fruits. But that's kind of, that's one way to at least try to outplay the Vladimir in the given scenario. Now, G2 Blacklist is trying to plan something here in the bottom lane, but they will immediately get felt out here by Yu and company, and no dives whatsoever. Good defense by KBG.
Yeah, KBG has won on 2 instances already. One, the invade against KD. Second is a solo kill by Andra9 in the mid lane. And G2 Blacklist are looking for some small wins of their own. However, they're being prevented in doing so because of the great movements here. This is gaming, especially in the bottom lane a while ago. Now, waiting for minute 5, KBG would still have the advantage. Level 5, the Thon is going to be ganking here into the mid lane. Aaron does have the stasis, but a flash in is just glorious, and that's going to be a free kill once again to Andra9.
Taton, again, one of the best Vi users in the game, makes it look so easy. And Andra9 being gifted a 2-kill advantage in the mid lane is just going to be a delight to see for all the KBG fans. G2 Blacklist is spotted on a ward, and they now have information that at least G2 Blacklist knows. Sorry, or I mean KBG knows. But this is a massive swing to the advantage of KBG. Now Aaron will have to be reluctant with all his actions, because that's the one way to utilize the Vi, right? Like, you instantly lock down on a squishy target, and it's just so easy to execute the combo.
Yeah, and KBG just makes everything seem or look so easy. Man, it was very meticulous of them, just maximizing their lead every single time, even on the smaller details, the rotations of G2 Blacklist. Everything that they have been attempting to do is being read like a book by KBG.
Yeah, all those vision control that KBG possessed in the early game is netting them the advantage needed to find the angle to get those kills in the mid lane. And knowing KBG, they're not the team that will really push the tempo to its full potential, right? Like, they play slow, they don't mind, because as long as they have the lead heading into a team fight, heading into the 5-minute objective team fights, that's okay for them, right? They're confident that their late game team fighting will still be superior, and so there's no reason for them to go for overextensions, go for overcommitments and overdives, as we often see other teams do.
I mean, with the amount of frontline champions that KBG has, they are definitely going to be so confident later on this gaming perspective. G2 Blacklist is going to rely so much on their poke. They have the Kha'Zix, they have the Zoe, they have the Varus, but what they don't have is a solid frontline aside from the Nautilus. That's just one champion that will be tanking everything that KBG has to offer. Right now, G2 Blacklist is prioritizing the Rift Herald over the Dragon, as the Thon is already starting it alongside with Xiaoma and Handshake. It is just going to be taken down by both of these teams. No contestant whatsoever. Yeah,
the Dragon for the side of KBG, G2 Blacklist at least will be able to mitigate some of the pressure by securing this Rift Herald. He has to be careful though.
He has Andran by his side. I don't think G2 Blacklist has a good angle in here. Aaron overextends. Ignite is going to be taking flash out. With a flash in the Andran! Oh my dear lord! Gone in the mid lane. KBG Andra9 gets another kill.
He is smurfing right now, Giyong. Andra9 is feeling it, and now is 3 kills up in the mid lane. The gap in the mid lane has just widened even further. The Rift Herald was not even used to at least mitigate some of those gold advantage that KBG has right now. And in the form that Andra9 has right now, in the confidence that he has right now, I'm expecting this to just be a snowball turned into an avalanche for the GOAT mid laner by KBG and Andra9.
Style points along the way as well. Andra9, you mentioned he's just smurfing here in the biggest league of them all right now on the final stage as well. It's just so good on the Vladimir.
On the flip side, Aaron also needs to clean up his play. He won't have the same luxury as he used to have in an even game, right? Like, he has to remember it's a 0-2 affair in the favor of KBG, and if he overextends, the amount of crowd control and immediate burst damage by KBG is enough to really take down the squishy champion in the Zoe. And oftentimes, you know, whenever we see G2 Blacklist play the Zoe, they get the advantage because they are ahead. This is different, right? Like, they are behind and KBG just knows how to capitalize on all those mistakes.
KBG is very, very far ahead. We're looking at 1,400 gold, but the most important part is the gold falling. And Daton right now is looking for KD, fishing for a single target pickup. And Golden Kite still able to flash away, still gonna be fine. And now G2 Black is looking to engage, getting the punish here onto Daton. Still, the damage is too much coming for KBG. Under 9 as well, looking for an angle. Aaron's gonna be stopping him, but Raw getting caught. Dredge line out, but still gonna get knocked up by the Orn. Oh, missed shot, nearly connected there onto Golden Kai, but KBG getting everything still. No casualties whatsoever. They're not done just yet.
Oh no.
The mid lane.
And I don't think Aaron will have any tools whatsoever to defend this tower. This is a 3-man push that will easily get converted into another tower by KBG. Hopefully we see a replay of that play, because again, this started off so good for G2 Black as they had the flanking opportunity, but knowing that Tone's decision making, immediately he recognized there is a way for me to escape this tricky situation, and he went for Demon Kite, for Golden Kite. That was served as a taxi to be extra safe. KBG still very much perfect in this game. Did we ever see a champion go down for KBG? No, not yet. That's a 5-0, a clean game so far, a perfect game so far, except for that Rift Herald that was secured by G2 Blacklist. Everything is in the favor of eBest Gaming.
Especially thanks to you, man. That perfectly timed charge, knockout,
denying
even that one auto attack that they desperately wanted to land on the Daton.
Yeah.
But everything was negated. And now, top side, Ime has to give away another tower.
That's another tower on the top lane, leaving G2 Blacklist with one tier 1 tower to defend in the bottom lane. And you're right, like, in this game of inches, in this battle of attrition, KBG is feeling superior in every facet. How many times have we seen them do this, right? Like, they're not going to be eager with their plays, right? They're not going to go for eye-popping plays whatsoever. It will be very calculated to a point that you feel like you're at a very disadvantage. You know, even with the goal lead even if you have the goal lead, right? That's the thing about KBG. No lead is safe against KBG, but if they're ahead, oftentimes you don't see them squander any of it. And now the second dragon has spawned up, and G2 Blacklist wants to contest.
They don't do things that are flashy, they do things that will allow them to win the game. Calculating everything, considering everything necessary to get them the W now. But of course, Shard gonna be at least on draw, just pushing them back and will allow them to get soul point this time around. Ime still is alive, being chased down by the big crocodile. I think he's gonna be able to escape, but man, still soul point for KBG. That's scary.
Oh, the flash on the top side as well. And yes, soul point, Infernal Soul ready to join KBG if they ever secure the third dragon in the game. KBG is not going to stop anytime soon. Just Aaron here in the bottom lane means that it's just going to be an easy tower takedowns by KBG. Good macro overall. And again, we talked about the limitless execution or initiation engage option for G2 Blacklist, but so far there's been 0 engage.
Yeah.
From
It's
G2B.
because KBG at this point can pretty much tank anything, especially Yu. He's happy to soak in all the pokes coming in from Golden Kite, Aaron, and KD. And he's just gonna be standing in front of them as he heals back up with the Marmot's armor as well. And it's already, I mean, it's like the curtains are slowly closing towards G2 Blacklist at this point.
5D chess, KBG playing chess, G2B playing checkers, and you're seeing a massive advantage towards one side. You look at the gold graph. On the left-hand side, Unrun 9 is stopping everyone. For G2B though, hope is not yet lost. KD is still farming well, and we've seen a lot of comebacks being made possible because of how insane KD is. On the Kazakhs though, it's just going to be a lot harder than it used to, right? It's not the carry jungler like the Yone that can pop off a 1v5 moment. As a Kazakhs, you kind of have to rely on your teammates' damage to really whittle them down, and you go for reset executes. Will that happen in this game? Of course, G2 Blacklist wants that to happen, but it's easily being denied by KBG.
Yeah. Yet history in doing so already. Doing it through KBG is going to be a different story. Especially with the situation of this game right now. KBG looking to force them into committing onto a team fight. Maybe Trouble Bubble did connect onto the Ezreal, forcing at least the ult here from Yu. But now, draw gonna be initiated, immediately gonna get bursted away. Stasis to buy some time, but it's not gonna help him at all this time around.
Yeah.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble, nothing.
All those poke damage is just being brute forced by KBG. Another engage.
Oh, and Stasis again, but to no avail. KD will flash away, hiding those Envy, but the jump is not too long. KBG finds the jungler and is moving now towards the big purple worm.
G2 Blacklist does have access to a vision. They know that this is being started, and they're going desperately to try to challenge this Baron takedown by KBG. Can they do it? No, they can't. KBG. Oh, okay.
Woo!
Arrow close, but not enough. And I think KBG will have this.
Yeah, we had the reference before, going for the Gumayushi arrow, but not against KBG this time for G2 Blacklist. It's too far away. KBG is too far ahead.
And that's pretty much the cause and effect. If you take down the jungler at 12 minutes, and with all the lead that you have, you can easily take... Wait, they're engaging once again. On towards draw. They're mad, man.
They're investing everything right now. They're hustling at this point. They're very excited. And they get bursted away after getting so much damage.
Resets.
But this time, Resets is going to be coming through. Hectic cultivated onto the buy. 2 kills. G2 Blacklist has a long way to go, but this is the start.
Yeah, that's finally some signs of life from G2 Blacklist, but they still have to answer the Baron push being initiated here by KBG. Good signs of life from G2B, but is it enough really against the reigning defending champions? Of course, it's enough to slow them down, but turning back the game in their favor is definitely a long shot from here.
Yeah, especially Soul Point. I mean, KBG is basically just waiting for the last elemental dragon to spawn up, and then as they take it, they're gonna be more difficult to take down. G2 Blacklist on their postal position this time, going up against this massive frontline lineup of KBG. We have seen 4,000 gold consistent almost the entire mid game, but the bigger value is the teamfight prowess still of this game. The setups are always clean.
And one way to really answer all those poke compositions is by going for a hard engage option, and that's what Vibe brings to the table. Another engage.
And the charge as well by Yu. The Thon get hit by the Sleepy Trouble Bubble as KG and Andra9 are going to start the Ocean Dragon right now. Ame
Dragon Soul
far away, KD in the vicinity but spotted by a ward. Hectic Ultimatum onto Xiaoma. Might not be the best target this time around though, as the Stasis will buy enough time for the re-engage by Kidpets Gaming. And draw!
This is winnable!
Engage, buying enough time for the Stasis. Tactical sweep will not connect onto KBG. Arrow does dash towards Yu as well. KD still waiting patiently, but is spotted out by the members of Kidpets Gaming. Can he actually get the steal? He had history in doing this already. Alongside with Ime. It's taking a long time. Draw again. Going in. Check the area.
KG's dead.
KG almost gets taken out. Stasis is going to be used to buy some time. KD goes in actually with alongside with Ime. No, still coming through. It's a still able to smite in the objective. Shama joining as well. Able to hit the Mystic shots as Aaron looking to paddle star his way, but to no avail. Everyone drops dead at the side of G2 Blacklist. KBG after taking the soul. Boom! Looking to march down mid.
That true shot barrage just took half of the health of Aaron, and that's just going to be an easy execution once again. KBG going for a 3-0 day in this finals day number 1.
Similar to season number 1, they remain undefeated in the finals day 1 for season 2, and we'll just wait for the grand finals to whoever is gonna be winning on the first match and second match tomorrow.
That's the Dragon Soul, an infernal Dragon Soul that will just boost your damage to a level to an unprecedented level, right? In patch 5.0, that has even been